A very good afternoon, everybody, students. Proceeding further, in our first chapter, we have seen database introduction. We have seen how and why the database is very important, and we have seen that database is applicable everywhere, whether we are working online or whether we are working offline. Now, we should look about what are database advantages. When we talk about database advantages, I would like to tell you that data independence. Application programs should be as independent as possible from the details of data representation and storage. The database can provide an abstract view of data to insulate application code from such details. When we are working on an application, what happens? We get the data that should be independent and that should be independent and should not be dependent on other person. It is only related to the user. So application programs should be independent as possible from the details of the data representation and storage. When we are working, we have different languages to make an application, and when we are handling or working with the database, we have a different SQL queries to store the data, how to store the data, and just making the database in a sufficient to hold the information abstraction from the application. Now what happens when we are working with the database, it makes data efficient data access. A DBMS, we have different set of DBMS which we are going to work. When we talk about DBMS, we talk about collection of tables, collection of different data arranged in such a way that it should be kept secured and accessed in such a way that it should take less time and less space to store the data. Now we are talking about efficient data access. A database utilizes a variety of sophisticated techniques to store and retrieve data efficiently. This feature is especially important if the data is stored on external storage devices. Proceeding further, we are going to look about data integrity and security, which is very important. If the data is always accessed through DBMS, the DBMS can enforce integrity constraints on the database. For example, now before inserting the salary information of any employee, the DBMS can check that the department budget is not exceeding. Also, DBMS can enforce access controls that govern what data is visible to different classes of users. These things which you have seen, these things are very important, which makes integrity and security. That means data is made aloof and data is should be kept secure. Now when we are working with the database, till now what is happening, we were working on all the things are you were being recorded in a file or in a page, or everything was done using manually. The salary of an employee, the details of a student, anything which we use to store, these things are being stored only on a page or in a file. So these things we are knowing how these things are better than the manual handling of the data. Now when we are working with the data administration, proceeding further, we are looking about what is data administration and what is the role of administration. When several users share the data, centralizing the administration of data can offer significant improvement. Experienced professionals who understand the nature of data being managed and how different groups of users use it can can use it and can be responsible for organizing the data representation to minimize redundancy and fine tuning the storage of data to make the retrieval efficient. It is very important for to have a administrator in a database who is going to store the data in a who is going to manage the different users. Now as per the authentication level, as per the authentication level, users are using and accessing the data. Now proceeding further, we are going to look for the current access and crash recovery. A database schedules concurrent accesses to the data in such a manner that users can think of data as being accessed only by one user at a time. Further, database protects user from effects of a system failure. Now, database. Now, what happens? There are several uh, applications and such. There are several procedures which we implement to keep the data from crashing. Most of the times it is always beneficial and important for everybody to have a backup of the data. Okay, now we shall proceed further. Proceeding further, reduce the application development time. Now, when we have a database, as per it says that it is going to take less development time when we are working with the application. Clearly, the database supports many important functions that are common to many applications, accessing data stored in DBMS. This is in conjunction with the high-level interface of data facilitates quick development of applications. Such applications are also likely to be more robust than application development from scratches because many important tasks are handled by DBMS instead of being implemented by the applications. So these are the different applications which we have seen and advantages. Now why we are counting out these advantages is that we are actually in a comparison with the previous setup. What is our previous setup? Previously, we used to handle these data manually. Now these data are being handled with the under the database. Now when we are talking about the database, what we choose, we make a database, then we make a different tables inside a database. We are going to look all these things inside when we are working with the SQL. Now proceeding further, we there are also several disadvantages of DBMS. Now, what happens? The first disadvantage, we look for danger of overskill for small and simple applications for simple users. A database system is often not advisable. Suppose if we are just handling and managing a company of 4 to 5 or 10 people, we cannot have a large database because it also adds up an extra cost of getting the uh, the software applications and people to maintain that database. Now it adds up the complexity. A database system creates additional complexity and requirements. The supply and operation of a database management system with several users and database bases is quite costly and demanding. Now I would like to tell you that when I work on applications or when I work on different databases, I have a knowledge of working on these things. Just like I have a knowledge of different languages like PHP and how we are in communication with the database. Then I know what are the SQL and different query languages. So the person who is working with the database should have a, so these things are the complex part. It's not very simple. Once you understand, you need a time and a proper degree and a proper qualification to understand all these things. Now proceeding further, which we see is qualified personnel cost and lower efficiency. Qualified person is that to work on a database, you always need a person who is well qualified enough and have a proper knowledge. Only that person can work on the database. Cost is adds up an extra cost like a skilled person will only work on the database. Then you need to have original setup, original system and original setup also adds up a cost to the overall setup. Now, lower efficiency. A database system is a multi-use software which is often less efficient than specialized software, which is produced and optimized exactly for one problem. Now, in some of the cases, we find the database are not giving the proper and efficient results. So, these are the disadvantages of database which you can see, which I have highlighted over here. We have also seen the advantages. In our previous chapter, we have seen the database introduction. In our coming and forthcoming chapters, which we are going to see database schemas, database dictionary, then we have database